Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel YTCSC, YouTube's Celtic Supporters Club. My name is Mark and I am your host. I'm going to have a quick chat about what has been recently happening. Game against Hearts yesterday and the new manager Wilfried Nancy and his introduction to Parkhead. Before we do that, if you've not subscribed, please click the button. Just get it clicked. Lets you know what videos are dropping, and it helps us get to the magic number 1888. We've been stuck on 1650 for a wee bit, but we've not really been active, so we're trying to get back on and make some videos. Okay, let's get into it. Alright, we had the first game for the new manager, Wilfried Nancy, last night at Parkhead, and it was a bit of a mixed bag for me. I thought the first half, first of all, the fact that he changed the formation and stuff, I thought was wrong. I don't think he should have come in and made so many changes so quickly. He did say in his press conference that he would gradually introduce some changes, and then he's come in and made massive changes straight away. In a really, really important match against Hearts, who have been really struggling lately. He changes it to a 3-4-3, which is his formation and which is what he wants to play, and that's fine, right? And if he gets us playing good football and that, then that's brilliant. But you've got to do that gradually. You can't come in 2 days, change the formation, change the players, and expect things just to work out for you. Yang, who'd been playing pretty well on left wing, was moved to right wing back. Tanetke, who I think he's not. I'm not a fan of Tanetke, and I don't really care what anybody says. He flatters to deceive, a Palma type player who always wants to cut in, always wants to cut in, slows the play down, gets the ball down the left wing, and then stops and cuts back, and he wants to cut in and shoot. And if I would rather have Palma actually. Palma at least scored goals. Maybe he will come good for me, but right now his numbers are terrible, and he's not the player I want to see on the left wing. I know it's really, really early for the guy, right? And I'm not giving up on him, but I'm just saying right now he's not cutting it for me. I think that was a mistake, putting Yang on the right. I would rather have had Yang on the left, playing in that role. Maybe Maeda on the right hand side. Maeda was pants through the middle, and Kenny up front. I know that's hindsight, and life is great looking at things when you've seen what happened. 3 at the back, Trusty playing in the right. I don't think he's a long-term solution for playing on the right-hand side, but Tierney, Scales and Trusty, with McGregor and Hatate slightly further forward. McGregor and Engel, slightly further forward. I don't get why you come in and changed it so quickly. Instead of actually just playing the formation, we'll be playing 4-3-3 and seeing if we can get through that game, which we should have done if we'd have been playing the way that we have been playing, and then looked at getting the boys on the training park and getting his ideas across and making some changes then. So he's come in, and the first half I thought I could see flashes of what we were trying to do. We looked actually really on it and really hungry, I thought, in the first half. Everybody buzzing about, everybody zipping about, but obviously we couldn't score. Maeda should have had a couple of goals, but he's blown hot and cold now. Should have just pulled the trigger on that one with Tanetke put in instead of taking a touch. So although we hadn't scored, I was quite optimistic about what was going to happen second half, and how wrong was I actually. I thought Hearts figured us out and just come out and won the game quite comfortably actually. And I have to put that part down to the manager, right? I'm going to talk about the manager in a wee second, but I think he needs to take the blame for coming in and changing things so quickly. I don't mind the wee tactics board, doesn't bother me at all. If that's what makes him see things better on the pitch and work in his mind, then that's fine. But he's come in and made a mistake straight away by changing that formation so quickly. He shouldn't have done that, in my opinion anyway. I think that should have been done over a period of time. I know that there's a lot of memes going about with the Connect 4 issue. You might have seen it on Facebook, him sitting playing Connect 4 with his wee tactics board. Doesn't bother me. Like I said, if it makes him see the game a wee bit better and understand what's going on, then that's fine. He hasn't had a great start. Very hard act to follow in Martin O'Neill, which is what I want to come on to now. I think we have to, and I don't want to be board bashing just for the sake of board bashing, but I'm not. The board have to take the responsibility for putting him in at this time. It's the wrong time for me. I said it the whole time Martin O'Neill was here. I would like to have seen Celtic sign Martin O'Neill on a long-term contract and not brought Nancy in at all. That was what I wanted. A lot of people shot me down for it. 73-year-old man, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter his age for me. The guy has all the experience in the world. If we could have got him to accept a contract, and I never had Martin O'Neill saying that he sat down and said that he didn't want the job. I've not heard that once. I've heard him skirting around questions that he's asked, but I don't know if Celtic even considered offering him the contract, and I don't know why they never. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. The board have brought Nancy in at the wrong time. You're playing against the team who are top of the league, who, if you win, you go top, and you're changing things so quickly. You've then got the final, and then we've got Rangers. It's just, we've got Roma first, Roma through the week. It's just the wrong time. Let O'Neill take us through this period, or we should have let O'Neill take us through this period and then brought Wilfried Nancy in. I think the guy's onto a hiding. He's onto a hiding to nothing, because Martin O'Neill had us playing in the main good football, winning games of football, getting 3 points. He had the place buzzing again. Yesterday, you just heard it was just negative, man. It was just people moaning and groaning and booing and shouting, and that's the guy's first game of football. It's as manager, it was mad. You must have thought, what the hell have I come into here? But that's on the board for me. It's not on Wilfried Nancy. I think he's got a vision of what he wants to do, and I think he'll bring it, and Celtic might turn out to actually play some good football. But he shouldn't have been put in this position. He shouldn't have been put in a position where, if the shit hits the fan, which it's potentially going to do, he's got half the Celtic fans not wanting him as manager, which you know will happen, because we judge pretty quickly. He should have been contract signed, but look, O'Neill's going to take the team until we get through these bunch of games, and then it's less pressure on him, and he could have even come in and started working on what he was trying to do. But for me, that's on the board. It's not on Wilfried Nancy. I think Celtic fans need to take a step back. There's been so much nonsense fired at him after one game of football. It's crazy. I agree with the people that say he shouldn't have come in and made the change so quick. He's got to take that in the chin, but it is, for me, the board's mistake for letting Martin go and not letting him guide us through these next 3, 4, 5 games, and then bring Nancy in and get him into the flow of things. It's a big January for us. I think quite clearly we've not got the players for this style of play that he wants to play. And I think we will need to go in January, and we'll need to bring in a striker. I don't even want to get down the route of who we need to bring in and what we need to bring in, but I think this man is. I would not like to be him right now. I'm not saying that. I would not like to be Wilfried Nancy at this minute in time with the run of games he's got. Unless he pulls a rabbit out of the hat, I can't see he's doing anything against Roma. The final will be a tough game against St Mirren. I think that'll be a tough game, and then when we come up against Rangers in January the 3rd, that's a tough run of games, and it has to be on the board to take the blame for that. really stupid bringing the man in at that time. And I know a lot of Celtic fans, and I really don't care what people say, a lot of Celtic fans were talking about getting a new manager in as soon as possible. How has that helped? How is that going to help, bringing somebody in who doesn't know the players, wants to change things? Bringing somebody in as soon as possible was not the answer. Never was the answer. Never should have been the answer. People had to just sit back and let us get guided through these next set of games. Grass is never always greener, as they say. You know, it's not greener on the other side. And if you've got a manager like Martin O'Neill with all that experience, I don't know why we didn't just try and get him to either end of the season or sign him up for 2 or 3 years. The man could have done the job, absolutely no problem. Anyway, let's see what happens. Stick behind the manager. Let's not get on this guy's case. Let's cut the booing out, man. If you're one of these guys that's booing at half time and booing every time we make a mistake, chuck it. Get rid of it, man. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the players. It doesn't help the manager. It doesn't help the feeling around the club. Just wrap it. Stop the booing. Let's get on side with these players and the manager and back them as much as we can. Next run of games are tough. Let's stick together and see if we can get through it. Hail, hail.